Hey, what's up, guys? So it's another eBay unboxing. Antique, that is. And so I showed you a video the other day of me hunting for sleepers and antiques on eBay. And we came across this box live. And now we're going to open it. So I took the top part. I cut the paper that was around it with the addresses, of course. And I discovered that the seller didn't even tape the top of the box. All right, so let's get this open and check it out. All right, so most of you would rather watch paint peel than watch me open a box, but who knows? Maybe there'll be some interested people. Okay, she did tape the box. Okay, cool. All right, and let's hope it's not broken. I always jinx myself whenever I say things like that, so. And I can't even cut through this. What is this? Duct tape? Jeez Louise, this reminds me of somebody who probably has somebody locked in their basement, all taped up with duct tape like a serial killer. All right, let's check it out. Yeah, this person likes their duct tape. All right, so far, okay, we have an issue, and I am a stickler for packing. There's no, like, stuffing in here. It's just bubble wrapped and just stuck in a box. Well, we'll see if it's broken or not. If it's broken, I shall cry. And let's get this baby out. Let's get the Farberware scissors. Now this is going to probably be a long ass video. I'm just warning you guys. It has a lot of things in it. So it's an antique lacquer box, probably from the 1850s, 1860s, with a lot of things that were left in the box that are old. And so we got a lot of things we can go through and sift through. So that's what makes this type of unboxing a lot of fun. If I can get the damn thing open. Whoa, this box is heavy. And so this is probably an English paper mache box. And you can see it has a little lock. Really, yeah, this one looks really old. Probably 1840s, 1850s, somewhere around there. And it was probably made by a company by the name of Jennings and Bettridge. And they started in the 1820s. So I can never leave anything alone. Before we go through all the contents in the box, oh wow, it has actually the original mirror. In the picture, I did not even know it had a mirror. Holy guacamole. All right, so I can never leave anything alone. I don't like the finish. The finish is all gone. The lacquer is all gone. So what I am going to do is attempt to restore this box. And we're going to use Restore Finish, Ebony Brown. And that's the closest to black that I can get. So I'm going to go ahead and actually first clean this box. And I'm going to put a layer of Restore Finish over it to try to get the lacquer back. And then I'm going to condition it with beeswax and orange oil. I'm also going to look for an antique key that fits this box. Then we'll be back. And then I'll show you all the contents, which happens to be, this was probably a sewing box. And look at all that we get to go through tonight. All right, stay tuned. I'll be back when I do the restoration. And we'll go through this box one by one. All right, so I got some of the the luster back. Did I fix all the blemishes? No. There's really no way to fix those blemishes unless you're an expert. I'm definitely no expert. But here's another box from the same time frame, made by the same seller. I also have a snuff box version, which is very small. And let's check it out. All right, so this is a very old box. And as you can see, it's seen better days, but we still have some of the luster back now. Before you saw it was very dull. And if you look on the front, we have these beautiful Japan designs going throughout the front of the box. Now, I was able to make a key for it with the antique replica and my Dremel. And let's get into the contents. This is the fun part. Now, the contents of the box are probably worth what I paid for the box. So it covers itself. You know what I'm saying? All right. So these contents actually paid for itself. All right, let's get it open. And actually I screwed up when I was restoring it. I just have to wipe that. I'll be right back. Let me just wipe that off and we'll get into here and check out what is in here. This is like Pandora's box. All right, so I had to cover the mirror part with a towel just because the lighting, I have a ring light and it's going to like flash back in your eyes. And this is I mean, chock full of things. And this is just absolutely outrageous. All these things are in this box. And then I got this for this type of money. $34, and we get all the contents of the box. And I'm going to put my camera on a stand, and we're going to go through every single thing one by one. This is going to be a very long video. But if you're curious, like me, we're going to uncover this together. All right, so I put gloves on because we don't know what we're dealing with here. There's a lot of needles and stuff in here. So let's check it out. Now, I know nothing about antique sewing stuff, but so we got a spool of thread, and this is, let's see, this looks like, it says Collingborns, yeah, Collingborns, and made in Elgin, USA. Now, some of the stuff is from various decades. From what I saw from the seller's listing. So we could have like the 30s in here. We can have from the Victorian era, the early 20th century. Again, there we go. Pure silk. Interesting. And in red. Wow, they don't make thread that, like they used to. Now, I'm going to put a pile of interesting things and not so interesting things. All right, this, I have no idea whatsoever what this is. And it's some kind of fabric of some sort. And it looks like a little needle case of some sort, maybe. Don't know. Yeah, it's something that you would put pins on. Very cool. And then inside there, it says London Fog. All right, so we know that this is probably not old, and it probably came from a raincoat. Boring. All right, so this is a pile of boring. Actually, I really like the, this looks like an antique, like pin holder. So we'll put that on the other side. And what is this? What is this? Looks like a pin cushion of some sort. And it's seen way better days. Now, anything that's made out of like silk or fragile materials that are very old, they end up melting. And you can see the old cotton underneath the fabric. And we see this beautiful, I think these are cranes. And that is really beautiful. Too bad it's in sort of rotten condition. Now, this side looks like it's in way better condition. But I think you put pins in there. So we'll put that on the interesting side. Now, the next item. Wow, she jammed this in here good. And I really don't want to, you know, like pull it out without having any issues. Okay, so we have what appears to be a box. And this looks like it's from probably the Edwardian era. I could be wrong. Let me just dump some of the buttons in my hand. And anything else in there that may be stuck? No. Okay, and then you see these beautiful birds on this side with some kind of fabric. Really interesting. That may have been like an old jewelry box of some sort, maybe a ring box. Okay, and we got some buttons. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the buttons in a pile. We'll go through the buttons later, one by one. And we'll take the bigger stuff out. So this says Eagle Pins, superior to the English. And we have pins. Very cool. Okay, but that's in the boring pile. All right, next we got some buttons. Probably from a coat of some sort. 100% Irish linen. Oh, wow, interesting. Don't know how old that is. This garment has been made of 100% fine Irish linen. Don't know how old this one is. But there you go. 40s, 30s, don't know. And we'll put that in the boring side. There we go. Oh, and we get a ruler. I could always use a ruler. And this looks like an old ruler. Let's see. Made in the USA. Trying to focus. Eberhard Faber, New York. Okay, very good. So this person was probably a dressmaker of some sort. And here we go. So now we have what's called pearl luster darning thread, fine darning thread. And it says, can't even read that, mercerized cotton darning thread, made in England. And I guess this would darn stockings, maybe, socks. That's pretty cool. Now, I wonder how old this is. Now, we can Google this. Maybe 30s is my guess. If you know, write it in the comments below. Pearl luster, we got darning thread in black. 11 yards, it says, fine darning thread. Pearl luster, another color. And then we have real silk. It says Obtainable only from a real silk representative. And we have John Colbert phone, and that's a very old phone number. There we go. Let's flip her over, and we have more darning thread. And too bad people don't darn their socks anymore. I don't know how to do that, but there we go. And this says real silk mending kit. This may have been to men's stockings, like ladies, nylons or stockings. I don't know. But there we go. All right, so we're going to put that in the interesting pile. And we are going to be here for a very, very long time. So if you can bear with me, what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to put the buttons in a pile. And we'll go through the buttons at the end. All right, so I'm just like, oh, wow, we got this really big, what appears to be embroidery needle. Look at the size of that eye. Holy guacamole. Is that an embroidery needle? I don't know. I can't even sew a button on. So, all right, I'm going to put these buttons in a pile. A lot of them look like they're mother of pearl. This thing is interesting. Now, what the heck is this? This looks like it was some sort of button, maybe? Lucite, maybe? Maybe Art Deco era? And it feels like it could be some kind of, what is this made out of? Well, we got a rhinestone in the center. And it appears, is it missing rhinestones? I can't tell you. I don't know. But that actually is cool looking. Look at that. All right, so we'll put that in the cool pile. The cool kid pile. Here's another item. Now, I thought this in the picture was a maraca. But this is an old sock darner made out of wood. Don't know how old. Could be Victorian. Could be early 20th century. Could be mid-century. Don't know. We'll put that in the cool pile. All right. Let's get through all these buttons. We'll just pull buttons out. Loads of buttons. Make a pile. And oh my God, there must be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of buttons here. I mean, that is absolutely insane. Yes, this is crazy. All right. Oh, wait, what's this? We'll look at it later. More buttons. Holy guacamole. This we'll go through when we go through the buttons. Yeah, we'll make a pile. Let's keep going. Oh, wait, here we go. This thing says something. And there's something in there. And it says, manufactured and warranted by H. Millard and Sons, Washford Needle Mills, England. And I'm afraid to mess with this paper. It's about to disintegrate. And what do we have in here? Spool cotton is the true best. And wow. All right. These are odd looking tiny little needles that have rust on them. Very, very old. My guess, early 20th century. Maybe a little earlier than that. Don't know. But that type of writing looks very, very old. So we'll put that in the cool pile. We got another one, it appears, over here. And wow, look at these old needles. Look at that. That is like beautiful. Has little golden tips on them. Cool pile. Again, we have sock darning stuff. And we'll put that in the cool pile for now. All right, let's get these buttons out of here. You know what? I'm going to make piles. And then I'm going to come back because a lot of you are going to hit the back button. And I'll make piles of cool stuff and piles of buttons and piles of whatnots. All right. So I spent 40 minutes sorting out all these buttons. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. It was quite a task. And we have a pile. We have hundreds of mother of pearl buttons. Don't know how old they are. Some of them look Victorian. Some of them look early 20th century. Have no clue. Look at the mounds of them. So I just stuck them in the middle. Are these things worth anything? Does anyone know? I know nothing about sewing stuff. Okay, so these are what appears to be coat buttons of some sort. We have all sorts of kinds of coat buttons, probably from the 30s, my guess, 20s. Maybe some made out of wood, some made out of what appears to be, yeah, this is looking wood. Some appearing to be made out of some kind of celluloid, mother of pearl. There we go. They're probably like the least valuable out of all of them. Then we have these rings. Can anyone tell me what the hell these rings were used for? If you can tell me, I'd be greatly, greatly appreciative. Okay, so this is the older pile, what I think is the older pieces. And we have some kind of bone buttons. Let's actually zoom in on them. And these look like they have some kind of grain of bone. I don't know if you could see that. We have what appears to be possibly shoe buttons. Piles of them, some of them made out of like what appears to be wood. Again, I don't know. Different colors. We got black or some kind of blackish color there. We have white ones that look like they're made out of milk glass. Yeah, that looks like maybe glove buttons or shoe buttons. Don't know. We have one with a rhinestone right there. We have two that are attached together over here. Then we have leather shoe buttons. Let's try to show you the backs. There you go. Made out of leather. A black type of button like that with a little thing in the front. Again, glove button, shoe button, don't know. This little fancy button over here that's shaped like a flower. Don't know what that is made out of. Then we have these type of rhinestone, probably maybe Art Deco era. Maybe later, I have no clue. Beads, some kind of beads. Again, more of these shoe buttons. What appears to be jade buttons. Don't know. This is a pretty one. It has a pretty little flower made out of mother of pearl. We have a skirt weight. This one's really heavy. Then we have another rhinestone button right around here. These little egg-shaped things that have embroidery on them. Something that looks like turquoise. It's some kind of button that looks like turquoise. And it looks like it may be a glove button because it has like the shank. Wait, let's see. No, it's not a glove button. But that one's quite interesting to me. Let's see what else we got here. We got these beautiful rhinestone buttons. Look at that. Really, really pretty. Maybe 40s? Who knows? Maybe earlier? Could be Deco era. Again, this is our pile from earlier with the darning thread and the pins and the darning, I don't know what the hell you call this, darning egg or something. These older threads, older looking threads, and I did a pile on top of each other. And I really like the colors. The colors are really quite pretty. Let's see what else we have. This right here. Again, more like two-hole buttons, maybe mother of pearl, some bone. This one is carved. That's really pretty. And again, these milk glass type of buttons. Has a big shank on the back. I don't know if this went on a coat. I don't know what that went on. And this, what the hell is this? Googly-eyed buttons. And they actually, it spins around like an eyeball. Does anybody know what the heck that could be? Have no clue. And again, look at these bone things. What the hell are these little bone rings? Does anybody know? These are definitely bone when I look at them. And again, these bone buttons and bone rings. Our pile of mother of pearl buttons, hundreds of them. And then we get here, we get some snaps. Does anyone know when snaps were invented? I thought the earlier type of closures would be either buttons or hooks. We do have some hooks and some needles and pins. And here's some hooks over here. I don't know what that is. It looks like an old, it's on an old card. Old new stock, don't know. Snaps. These buttons are really, really cool. All right, so I'm going to show you. So we have what appears to be some kind of like crest. And let me just grab that. Hang in there 1 second. All right, so we have what appears to be a crest. And I'm trying to get a zoom on that. On the bottom left, it looks like a horse, a rampant horse with a crown. Don't know if you could see that. And some kind of maybe rampant lion on the top right. A castle of some sort, a crown on the top, the letters G, C. And when I flip it over, oh shit, I dropped it on the floor. Hang in there 1 second. Oh God, figures. Every time I make a YouTube video, I have a blunder. Okay, here we go. And let me just flip it around. And it's so hard to show you guys. Okay, so it says Paris on the bottom. And then we have W and W, then the letters T, H, and then on the right, an M. Does anyone know what that is? That looks like it's an old ass button. And again, we have that shield with the letters GC in it with the crown. Let me flip it. There we go. Very, very cool. That one I'm going to Google. Then we have this one. This one is really, really neat. This one looks very, very old. Hold on one second. And we have a crown and some kind of, I don't know if that is initials of some sort on there or just a design. That is really, really unique. And when I flip it over, it has a broken shank, unfortunately. That's a bummer. All right. And then last but not least, we have my favorite things of all. And it's what appears to be these bone pieces. These look to be the oldest out of the whole entire lot. So we have this, what appears to be bovine needle right here. And we have this weird looking needle, maybe. Let me pick it up and show you. Hang in there. What could that have been used for? I don't see an eye to thread it. What would you do with something like that? I mean, look at the point on the end. That is just outrageous. Okay, so that looks really old. Then I have, hang in there, I have this piece. And I have no clue. It's made out of bone. And my guess was that it would have been used, hold on, let me just flip it around, to wrap maybe thread around it. Oh, God. I don't know. I have no clue whatsoever. There is a little hole in it. And it looks like you would thread something in there. You see the little hole? Don't know. If you can tell me, please write it in the comments below. It looks very, very old. And then we have what appears to be something that looks like, hold on one second, something that looks like what I thought was a needle case made out of bone. But I think you would wrap thread around something like that. Again, I don't know. Can you tell me? Write in the comments below. So all in all, this was really, really fun to go through. This old box was probably made from the 1820s to about the 1860s, made out of paper mache with mother of pearl. Look at the detailing on that. Really, really amazing how they make these whole things. And there you go. So that's the whole entire contents of this box. Please write in the comments below if you know of anything of what any of these things are. Again, especially the older pieces, the milk glass, the bone, those little rings, these rings, anything you want to tell me about the thread, about the darning egg, about how old that is, and these little darning threads, maybe you know something about that. These old pins, anything about sewing, please tell me because I know nothing about it. And thanks for joining me on another one of my unboxings. I had a lot of fun. This was a blast just to show you all the cool stuff that was in this box. Hopefully all this stuff will actually pay for the $34 box. Maybe I could sell the content separately, but I will probably keep these old bovine and bone looking pieces, and especially these old bone pieces here. Those are the most interesting to me. Now another thing, is this jade? These green buttons here, could that be jade buttons? I think, or maybe perhaps some kind of celluloid or bakelite. Don't know. Probably will never know. And I enjoyed this. So I'll see you guys all soon with the next eBay unboxing. Hopefully we'll get some more interesting contents of an old box to go through. This was quite a blast. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these buttons right now, but if I need a button, now I have one. So long.